Hey. Happy 305.
Happy Friday.
Happy 305 day.
Nice.
305. Yay.
In the county a day.
That's right. That's right.
That's
E-Dub.
nice.
How you doing, E-Dub?
That whole grill was supposed to be gold, not just the bottom.
That's a girl. That's a girl. That's a girl.
Okay.
That's a girl. That's a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a girl.
Okay.
That's a girl.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
tell
don't know
Chad.
them red lips. You didn't know that was a girl?
I just
Never know.
I was looking more so at the teeth than the lips, Brandy. Just so that you know.
They look like
Since you want to be so
smart.
smart today, since you want to be so smart, you come out swinging.
I'm ready. I'm ready today.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes. I tell you, I look forward to Friday.
Yes.
I look forward to it. I get to hang out with my
Absolutely.
friends and unwind and talk about it. Senator Bullock, you so quiet. I just want to know what's on your mind. I mean, did you not qualify for any of the stimulus? Because you priced out.
Remember last week he was out of the pay range.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Were you a part of that 0.5% that they were trying to save money on?
Listen, I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I'll see what happens when they finally pass it. If they finally pass it.
If they finally pass it. Yeah.
No, he's saying
Dwight was thinking of a master plan to try to figure out how he's going to help them brothers over there in Cutler Manor, how he's going to right the ship over there.
That's hilarious.
Brother, that Cutler Manor is too far going, sir. That's
Right. I was just about to say.
What?
Sometimes you just have to go on to the next generation.
Right.
You have to cut your ties, eat up. Just cut your ties.
That's
Just
it.
cut your
I mean,
ties.
they could always pull that stunt where they shift the name and call it like Cutler Estates. And then,
Is that what's been in the news
it'd be
lately?
different for 6 months, you know.
I don't know
Right.
if the term estate should ever be associated with that particular community, with that. But you know what? Maybe if you change their thinking, maybe they will start treating it like an estate. Maybe
I'm just saying.
they're building some new stuff
Palmetto
like right behind it too.
Palmetto Bay used to be East Perrine, brother. You never know what a name.
You never know.
Hey,
Cutler
but
Ridge.
as soon as you cross over US 1, you find out what the real
used to be
Perrine is
Cutler
like.
Ridge.
Yeah, you find out what the
Southland
real.
used to be Cutler Ridge. I mean,
That's it.
Richmond Heights has always been Richmond Heights, though.
That's it.
Hey.
That's it's not Richmond Heights anymore. It's Richmond Heights.
You better roll the R. You better roll the R.
Richmond
Heights.
Listen,
Rima.
Ebony, you know it because look.
Move on.
I
Next
used to look
story.
at those addresses, and I'm like, "What's your name?" And you live on Harrison Street? I didn't know that it was a Lopez family in Richmond Heights. I didn't know this.
Hey,
Yeah.
TT, I remember when we first moved back, and we moved back from Atlanta, and we was staying at your daddy's house, and the neighbor was new. He was Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, he said, "Welcome to the neighborhood."
Right.
That's right. They do it right.
Yeah.
We do it wrong.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Here's some croquetas.
Bienvenidos.
Here's some croquetas. Café con leche. My friend.
They always got a turn up going on, and they always got some drinks over there.
Hey,
welcoming you.
But they'll share with you though. They'll share with you.
Yeah,
No, and they always got a play set they building. That's what they always doing.
Yeah, they'll share with you though. They'll share
But
with you.
let me. How about this? My mom was in Brandsmart and she was getting some electronics like delivered, and then man was like, "Okay, ma'am, I need your driver's license and your address." And then she gave it to him, and he was like, "Oh, you're my neighbor. Oh, you're my neighbor." And she was like, "What do you mean, my neighbor? Like you live on Monroe Street? You live in Richmond Heights? What do you mean?" He's like, "You 30, I 31. I'm your neighbor."
Right next door.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes, That neighbor,
right when Noche Bueno come, we over there. We all one family.
Noche Buena, they get that pig popping.
Yes.
All day.
Yes.
All day.
Don't act like y'all don't know what chicharrones is either. Okay?
What about that other culture over there? Those Bahamians. Those Bahamians. Those Bahamians.
Like, what other culture?
There's a whole bunch of cultures in Richmond Heights.
Well, you know why it's not really don't come to the front of your mind because that's what you grew up with.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Well, I grew up with Spanish people too. It was only 115 Black people in my graduating class at over 1,000.
Not in Richmond Heights, though. That's what I'm talking about.
I couldn't tell.
They were in Richmond Heights then. Them people lived over there in Kendall.
Yeah.
Over there by Miami-Dade College, you know.
Yeah, 102nd.
Back when it was just called South.
Off 104. Off 104.
104.
104.
When P. Ryan be like Perrine in a little bit.
Perrin. West.
I think I'm gonna be lying. I think they're a little see the violence is a lot less in Richmond Heights than it is in Perrine.
They live over there.
Yeah, but I think they scared of Perrine though.
Don't
I think
listen.
I didn't say they didn't. No, I didn't say they didn't.
They not scared over there.
I didn't say they wasn't.
Have you not driven
over there? Stop it, because that's where you live.
I don't. That's the thing, Brandy. I don't. I actually don't. I'm trying to tell you, I don't. I just pay Goose taxes. I'm trying to tell you.
I live in East Goose.
Well, I was talking to a realtor last week. She's gonna be on the show. And she was talking about gentrification and all of these different neighborhoods and how people from actually Latin America were coming and buying a lot of property. And I asked her, I was like, well, what neighborhoods are they moving to? And she said the kind that you live in. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You live in the hood.
No, her point was that the people who were purchasing homes from Latin America were purchasing homes in Miami Gardens. And she said that Miami Gardens had homes and the square footage was great. And it was only $300,000. And that is a steal. And they do not care whether they have people who live next door to them that look like them.
No, but there's already a Hispanic population in Miami Gardens.
It's true. Mokita, you're right, but it happened in every city. That's what we say.
Exactly, Mokita.
What we say happened in every city.
It happened in Atlanta when we had our house in Grant Park. That really was Mechanicsville. And then they tried to make it seem like it was all this illustrious, nice neighborhood. Speaking of Atlanta, child of All-Star. Keisha said, don't come here with all that. Yeah.
I told y'all, Keisha said, do not come here. Don't come here. Don't come. Y'all can have the game here. Don't come. We full. She said.
But the way these party flyers,
I heard it was popping off already too.
Coming out though.
What happened?
I think last time Atlanta got an All-Star game, it was disastrous. That's why.
What do you mean? That was a great All-Star. I was there.
I'm not saying it wasn't great, but shoot, it was. I mean, you couldn't move the. It was that parking. You couldn't go nowhere.
Is that the one that we
no parking now.
Was that the one that we did?
Yeah.
That All-Star?
That 02.
Oh,
0102.
So they was like, so for Atlanta to have the All-Star game again, first of all, it's a blessing because they was never gonna get an All-Star game.
You remember that? B.
Brandy.
Yeah, I remember.
Hello.
I remember.
Oh, I'm like, you were there.
Your video is delayed. That was the one when we were at the what club was that? Mokita, what was the name of the club?
Magic City.
We were
The
at
compound?
We were not at Magic
No,
City.
we was at the
Compound.
we
stadium.
were at the baseball
Blue
stadium.
Flame, Blue
We were at the
Flame.
old
Turner
Braves
Field.
baseball stadium.
At Turner
We
That's
were
where you was
not
at. That's
Blue
where you was at,
Flame.
Miss Markins. You was at the Blue Flame.
No, we were not.
That's where you was
We
at.
were at the old baseball stadium, the old
Yeah,
Braves
it was
baseball
at
stadium, the
Turner
top,
Field. I can't remember what the name of that.
77 or 74 or something like that.
Anyway, all I know is the fire marshal came in to shut it down, and the people started yelling. The roof is on fire.
We don't need no water.
We were in Park
I
Tavern.
remember that. I wish I could find the picture.
That's
of
not
what I
when they
remember
started
what I
yelling.
had.
Oh,
we
what
were
were they
at
yelling?
capacity.
Oh no, that's not what
That's
they
not
yelled.
it.
That's not what they yelled.
No.
That's not what they yelled.
They did not yell that.
We got on the
Get the F
microphone and
out.
we said, y'all, if you all do not stop congregating like you are, they're gonna shut it down. Move out. And then they said what?
They were like, shut down.
Shut this shit down.
Why did you have to
Shut
add
this
extra
shit
bass voice in that?
Shut this shit and
That's
party.
crazy.
Kept
Yeah,
on
you had to-
partying.
The city was gridlocked that weekend. It was
It was.
gridlocked. Like,
It was.
You trying to you were storytelling?
Anywhere.
You had to put
It
you
was
couldn't
gridlocked.
yeah.
And
Oh,
everyone
I-
was
I-
wearing
I
them
actually had
fake
some- I
vanilla
actually had
bonnets.
some white- I actually had
Yes,
some
right. They
Go
sure
out
were.
from Spelman.
Yeah.
We were trying to go out, and it took us 2 hours to get from like Spelman
Mhm,
to like
mhm.
10th Street, and then we finally just turned around and went back to the
Shut it
dorm
down.
because you couldn't.
No,
crazy.
you couldn't. You
It was
could
a good
not.
time.
It
a good
was. It was.
Sounds
Hey,
like a lot of
anybody?
fun to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially how many? That was in 2000, almost 10 years ago. Ooh, you talking about?
10, 20.
10.
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
just
that part.
Funny.
That
That's
part.
the MAF.
That's
Look,
hey, I see that.
Look,
And
all I
North
know was
Carolina
I was in
A&T
my
math
prime.
kicked in.
I
I see
was
that.
in my
I see that.
prime is where I was
M-
going.
A&T math kicked in.
I
I
was
see
in
that.
my prime. I was in my prime. You see how you just when they go low, you go high. You just don't even pay the gnats any attention. You just let the gnats just keep on doing what they trying to do. You just let them just do what they trying to do. 'Cause that's not what we doing, you know. That's not what we doing.
Exactly.
Speaking of great things,
Wow.
Timmy.
That doesn't even look
Timmy.
aged.
my
And
goodness,
Hakeem
my goodness.
back
How
together
many-
again.
Yes, how many years has it been? Go ahead, Gramblin's finest. Tell us.
I can't tell you because I don't know what year that came in. I don't know what year that
1988.
came out. It's 88?
It's
I tell you
88, bro.
this. I know it's more than 10. I can tell you that.
But that's all you got for more than
That I
10.
do know, Miss Markin. I do know it's more than 10. I can promise
Okay.
you that. I can
That's
promise
good
you that.
math. That's good math. That's
Promise you
right
that.
math. That's
Promise-
good math.
So it's been
I just need I just want a
33
burger
Jesus
from
years.
McDowell's.
Yeah, 33
Did
years.
y'all get a chance to watch it yet?
Mm-mm.
No,
I have not.
we're
I
gonna
have
watch
not,
it
William.
tonight.
I haven't watched it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it came out last night. I saw it.
You seem very unimpressed, Will.
Man.
No,
Yeah,
it was
no,
funny.
William
It was
look-
funny. It was funny. It was
I'm like,
funny.
hello.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say anything else. I want
Thank
y'all
you.
to watch
Thank you,
it.
sir.
We'll talk about it. But
The
I laughed.
The real question is, William, who did you watch it with?
And
And how old
that part. Yeah, that part.
I watched it at home.
But they gotta do
We
anything.
didn't say where. We said with whom.
With whom?
Watched
And,
it.
and what is the age difference?
I was home by
What is the
myself.
age difference, William? What was the age
Watching.
difference?
You
That's
guys,
what we wanna know.
did y'all know
I would suspect that whoever he was watching it with was 18 when it first came out and saw it in the
Wow.
theaters and is now.
That's hilarious.
and is
Was that
now-
real girl in that video?
I would concur with
I
that
don't
sentiment,
understand.
Dwight. Senator, I think Senator,
Yes,
affirmative. sir.
I believe that's correct. Yes, I believe.
Hey, Williams starring in a new Netflix series called Cougar King.
She probably told him a bunch of stories about how she was an extra in school days.
Y'all not letting this go, are you?
No.
Don't exotic
You
is
said
my
no.
friend.
Hey,
Come on, Will. You come on, Will. You ain't been on in a while.
She was
man.
like, Will, when I was in school days, Will, I was on the, I was with the Jigaboo crowd. You know, I was with that group.
Not the jigaboo.
You ain't been on in a while, William. We missed you, man. We missed you.
Listen.
You said Jigaboo. Yikes!
Listen, all right.
You know, there was the wannabes and the jigaboos. That was with the jigaboo.
With the jigaboo.
Please change the subject.
All right, so look.
Truth be told,
I did sit there and watch it
with
someone.
Yeah.
But I was home by myself. But
Put a root on
we
you.
watched it together.
So
Look at technology working.
William, you gonna say I did?
So now the truth comes out.
I did watch
enlighten us as to how old this lady was. Are you going to do that?
Man, I'm not answering.
Was it because visiting hours were over where she was?
I told you what I did.
Shut up, Dwight.
Next
Did you hear
subject.
him? He told me was it because the visiting hours were over where she was. That's ridiculous.
William, you was like, I did watch it with somebody my mama's age. That's what you was about to say.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
It's okay, William. It's okay.
Was it Vanessa Bell Calloway, the lady?
I'm glad I ain't sipped this water because I was
that would be understandable.
right.
Listen, she 5 for 63. Well, I get it.
Hey.
You see, William ain't saying nothing.
Patty LaBelle boyfriend is 46.
That's it.
Just yuck.
Yeah, that's yucky.
Wow, Trina's boyfriend 29?
That's cobwebs written all over it.
Trina's boyfriend is 29.
That's different when you still
Who is Trina?
under 50. Under 50.
Trina.
The Diamond Princess.
Miami,
the baddest.
305, the baddest.
Yeah, the Diamond Princess.
How old is
The
Trina
original
now?
baddest. The original princess. The original, not
Trina about what?
the girl.
How old is
What's
she
your girl
now?
name?
But I
She's like 45.
I thought that you were
42.
saying something
No,
about
45, 49.
somebody
Yeah,
who
45.
like really had some age. I mean, I wouldn't expect her not to date somebody who's young. So that's why I was like, "Oh, who is Trina? I don't know who that is." Okay.
Hey, Will, what kind of liniment you keep on hand? I'm just
the ailments.
That's so nasty. That's so nasty, Dana.
girl on that TikTok video.
Just shots fired today.
Look, I'm gonna change this from Will. Speaking of food,
You said speaking of love.
have you guys tasted this doggone Popeyes?
I'm dying.
Fish sandwich? Yes.
I haven't.
It's good stuff.
Is it? Wait, they have a fish sandwich now instead of.
Yes.
Is it spicy now?
Not instead of.
Too.
They got both of them.
Not instead of.
So, are people lining up for this fish sandwich?
Not like they did for the chicken sandwich.
I don't know if they're lining up for the fish sandwich or not, but what I can tell you is after I eat a fish sandwich, I need to lay down.
So let me tell you how I even tried the chicken sandwich the first time.
It's a nap in a
Do
bag.
they got pickles?
Yes.
It does be.
No,
does it have what? What did she say?
She said, does it have pickles on it? I said, yes, it does.
Randy, let me tell you, when I got a piece of just a sliver of the pickle in there with that mayonnaise, with the fish fried with the hint of hot seasoning in it, and the hot seasoning is not when you just bite it. You chew it for like 2, 3, 4 bites, and then on the 5th bite, the seasoning, that spice hits it, and then with a little bit of that dill.
Randy,
girl,
you know she just showed the picture of the sandwich with the big green things that were under.
Randy wasn't paying attention.
It looked like it could have been lettuce. Oh, okay.
That is not lettuce, Randy.
I know you. You didn't think that was lettuce.
That don't even look like pickles either. I mean, them things is big on that sandwich.
Hey,
exactly.
I told people when I first seen the commercial.
That's right, Roy. They too big. Why would they make them pickles that big? Because they know we like them.
I remember trying the chicken sandwich, man.
Or is it tartar sauce?
It's tartar sauce.
Like tartar
It's
sauce.
other kind of sauce.
It's mayonnaise.
It's
but
whatever.
This is
tartar sauce.
That's gotta be
tartar sauce.
sauce.
It's like a spicy tartar sauce.
It looked like tartar sauce though, Jay.
Yeah,
That's tartar sauce.
Well,
That
let
don't
me
look like
tell you about.
mayonnaise.
Let me tell you about the one on US 1 and Eureka Oak, whatever that street is. That is mayonnaise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It is not tartar.
It is.
They make it their own way. That's
It wasn't.
Yeah, they make it their own way because there is nothing tartar
Heights
about
wasn't like that.
mayonnaise.
You said it's supposed to be tartar sauce.
It might be ranch while we playing.
Yeah, okay.
Not
What is
ranch.
that? It's tartar sauce.
Listen, if it's that ranch from Wingstop, it might set it off. You never know.
Oh, you right
For real.
about that. You are right about
Wait,
that.
I got a serious question. Out of all you guys who don't have ranch dressing in their refrigerator, who?
I know.
Tell me. Thank you.
Yeah.
William.
I don't have ranch dressing.
Why?
Oh, what you probably got something
it
like
runs his girlfriend blood pressure up. So William can't. William can't. William can't have ranch dressing because there's too much cholesterol in that.
You say, well, I get it. You say your lady's an exclusive Thousand Island.
Oh my God.
She a Thousand Island type of girl.
When I went over there to make some calypso sauce for Jessica's party, they didn't have no ranch, and I was thoroughly appalled and astounded.
We ran out.
Thoroughly appalled and
They ran
astounded.
out.
We
So
ran
I'll
out.
give them
We
a
ran
pass.
thoroughly appalled.
Let me tell you, the next day after my birthday, I was appalled at how much was missing from the bar. That's what I was appalled about. When you had that whole mobile bar outside serving the drinks, catering to you. And I come in, I'm like, dog, the whole bottle of Tito's is gone. I mean, like, they cracked it. Them battle boys just went straight for it.
Wait a second.
It was only about, listen, due to social distancing, it was only about 4 or 5 people there.
I think the culprit is trying to hide.
Dana
Hey, man, look.
Espérate.
night.
Hey, man, who has ranch dressing in their house?
Everybody except for you.
Everybody else except
That's
for
weird.
Man.
Everybody.
I don't eat ranch. I don't eat ranch anyway. So there's that.
You told us. Ooh, you told us.
Just looking out for your lady's health. It's okay though. We appreciate it.
Man,
You know what?
I
That's
remember-
that's that acid reflux that might get me.
Poor guy in the bottom. It's bad when cousin Pat.
Mama G say
Pat step in.
Will can't get a word in.
It's bad when cousin Pat step in.
The poor guy in the bottom. That's Dana.
Hey,
But
the
look,
poor
I
guy.
don't know if she's talking about
But
Dana, Miles, or William.
Well,
It's
Miles
Dana.
talk too much
You
anyway.
probably
So
felt
that's one.
family's finest.
Dana comes in with a shot here
There
and
we go.
there.
You see
Yes,
that?
wow.
You see that?
Look,
You heard that?
You know,
Look
it's
at
me and
what
William
Latif
now.
said
What did Latif say?
right there.
Said Tunde was the one drinking all the Tito's.
Tunde's the one who cracked
Tunde
open
was drinking.
my new Tito.
Right.
It was
Right.
Tunde in the front
Listen.
yard with the bottle
It
of
was
Tito.
true. Because I was like, I
And
didn't
all
even
of
think
the-
you drank
We
Tito.
figured it out.
Look,
And-
Tunde
and
drank
Je-
the whole bottle by
And here
himself.
Jessica come with all of these false allegations on the Battle family, saying we don't drink that. Roy know what we drink. We wouldn't even
I
touch
know you
that.
drink Douce, but y'all were the only
No, we
dudes
drink.
in there.
No, it's not
Douce,
Douce,
yeah,
it's
he drinks
Douce.
Douce. Hold on, you gotta
Douce,
gotta
don't
say it
do
with
it,
your pinky out.
girl. Don't
Yeah,
stop,
Douce.
get it.
Douce.
Don't stop, get it. That's what I say.
You gotta have your pinky out when you say it, Miles.
Douce. Talking about some Tito's. We go right past that. Stop the madness.
Latif said, get it right. He looked at me and said, you want some? Latif said, no, bro. I don't want no Tito's. I want some. Don't stop, get it.
Hey, man. So we gotta line up and try this fish sandwich. Is that what you're saying?
You don't gotta line up. Just try it.
Yeah, just try it. Look,
you go ahead and get there. Wow,
let me
that's a young picture.
Let me tell you what
That
this
almost
boy
don't look
said.
I'm like, what is this old picture
Who is
of Will?
Let me tell you what this boy said.
got a
Let me
big
It's
tell you-
Wild Wild West, Will.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? You know what? Brandy and April. Why don't y'all drop the pictures in every week? You got something. Oh, look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. My God, that is like from 19. Why don't y'all produce?
We just asking to get a current picture.
I didn't know who that was. Almost.
And then right now, talk about the story too much. Oh my God, I'm ready to talk about something else. God, can we talk about something else? Jesus,
that is definitely I am.
Can we talk about something else?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'm definitely. I'm sorry. Listen, I just didn't know that was him. Almost. Oh, okay, go ahead. What happened to Will?
I'm here.
Not you.
The show has been canceled, guys. We're off. Will. Have a great day. God bless you.
The other William.
Why can't you find the picture? Oh God.
What happened to Will Smith?
Jessica, you got to push through. You got to push through, Jessica. Tell about the story.
Sometimes I don't want to push through. Now I might need Bishop to come and minister to me.
Y'all supposed to be encouraging her.
I keep saying, come on, what happened to Will?
It's not my story anyway. It's Roy's story. Go ahead, honey.
How I get drawn into all this? Okay, I'm not the host.
In today's news,
right?
Roy.
Roy, say
no. Will Smith basically had said that he's never been called the N-word by somebody who was intelligent.
Thank you, Tia. I mean, my goodness.
So he said he's never been called the N-word by somebody who's intelligent.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. He said he's been called the N-word about 5 times, and none of the people that called him that were intelligent. They weren't smart.
Got it. So
does that mean it's a lesser blow?
Does that negate it? Like
that right? Okay.
What was the point you were trying to make with that?
Is he telling all of us to check SAT scores next time we get?
If you is less than 100,
you are like you are the scum of the earth, and you trying to use a derogatory statement towards me. Get out of here.
I think he was saying that he was not Barack Obama. And that he really was not moved by somebody who was that stupid to even use that word, because you can't even really come for him. So you're not moving him with those kind of words. I don't know. I didn't read the article. Roy read it. I
figured that's what he was trying to say.
No. Let's be for you.
Sometimes you got to downplay it too. You know what I mean? Because your first instinct, really. So I think he probably was really downplaying.
Right.
Like, hey.
I guess for me, Roy, the question would be: are we talking about, again, going back to one of our other conversations, context and who said it to me? Because here's the thing: if we're talking about amongst us and amongst people of color and people who have grown up with, it wasn't that.
No, it definitely wasn't that.
We're talking about 5 white folks.
I remember the last time somebody called me that, and I was on the side of the road, and I had my daughter with me, and it's been since I lived in Miami. And it was an out-of-body experience, because the little boy came over to me and said it, and I was like, I will get out the car on you.
Did you get him? Or did he?
Did you call his daddy? You called his daddy.
I rolled my window up. I didn't say anything to him because my daughter was right there. Harper was right there.
You should have sent Harper on him. Harper would have got him.
Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The 2021 Jessica is looking back on that one, and all I could say is I was very composed. But what happened was when the police got there, I felt like it was my daddy coming to talk to me, and the white state trooper came over to ask me what happened. And it was all I could do to eloquently tell him what happened without doing this. And I did it. And as I was telling him, He saw it in my face, and I told him what the little boy called me. He called me a dumb A nigga.
That made it worse.
The officer looked at me and took like a step back. White man took a step back, and this is right in the height of. This is before 2020, but it's after all of the protests and everything. The officer stepped back and told the little boy, "Come here."
Was he of the Caucasoidal persuasion? I'm just curious.
Yes. Everybody was except for Harper and I.
Oh, okay.
He said, "You need to apologize to her right now." And the boy was like, what am I apologizing to her for? And then he told him, what you did was disrespectful, yada, yada, yada. So then the boy apologizes to me and then starts talking to Harper.
Oh my God.
The police officer pushed him in his chest. White man told him, you don't ever again her daughter. That's a child. And y'all, that was nobody but the Holy Ghost that was really allowing Harper to be in the car.
Just Ms. Markins, can you put that story in context and tell us, give us a truncated version as to what exactly transpired? Did you get in an accident? Why was he even in a position to call you that? Because I'm like, there's some details missing from the story.
He called me. He got on the highway and he had a boat behind him. He was what are those things called?
Trailer.
Yeah, a trailer. The trailer had a boat on it. And he was merging onto the highway into ongoing traffic. And he skid up the whole side of my car, trying to get in front of me. And I was ongoing. So when we pulled over, he told me he wanted me to get on the phone with his daddy. He smelled like weed and everything else. He wanted me to get on the phone with his daddy and tell his daddy that he didn't do anything wrong. And I told him, I'm not getting on the phone with your daddy. I am calling the police. That's what I'm getting ready to do. And that was when he proceeded to tell me that I was a dumb A nigga.
Ms. Zombie.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the world news.
Here's the interesting part. He was so bold to even try to tell you to get on the phone with his daddy. To tell him that he was wrong. That he wasn't.
That's what privilege looks like.
He had big cojones.
I want to see what privilege looks
He
like.
had some big cojones.
Yeah.
You should have named that boat the SS Jessica, because that's what I would have put it. It would have been a whole exchange of property at that point.
Hey, so I had an experience.
You should have had my job number, Jessica.
I had an experience approximately.
Yeah, it would have been. I don't know, and we were on the 836. I'm not too sure.
That gave me chills.
Where we were.
My job number.
What's up with this? Why is Harper always with me? She was with me when the white man spat on my window
to hold you back.
These kids give me bad luck.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. That is back. It's back to
Latifah's crazy. I would have told him to call Jesus because he's on the way. He's on the way because I'm about to kill you, dog.
Oh,
that's that privilege. Yeah.
I had an experience where I was trying to work a deal, and a seller who meant to send a text to his realtor mistakenly sent the text to me, and in it he called me a bold nigger realtor. Yeah, bold nigger realtor.
That's when Miles was like, true.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Oh, and Miles was about to put that on business cards. He was like, damn.
I need to trademark that.
I trademark that shit.
Yeah. Call me a bold nigger realtor. And I was just like, Wow, I said, you know, I mean, but you know what? It's so funny because to me,
did you respond?
No, I didn't respond. Actually, I'm gonna tell you, I took it as a sign of respect, and I'm gonna tell you why. I took it as a sign of respect because when I was in his face, because when I was in his face, he would not address me as such. He would not address me as such, Dana. He would only address me like that behind my back, with a cloak of anonymity to his agent. Yeah, with a cloak of anonymity to his agent, right? That's when he would do it. He wouldn't do it in my face. So that's why I took it as a sign of respect because, like Tia says, undoubtedly I am. And if we would have been in person,
she said indubitably.
Indubitably. How you got all these big words but can't read?
I did. Yeah, you're right. I did. I didn't catch that.
You were close with the letters, but
yeah, I did.
Miles, the fallopian tubes secrete in the sons undoubtedly.
So it happens.
So have you seen him?
He said it with so much confidence.
No, because this was
your brother.
No, I didn't, because it was like I said.
I know that's right.
He was a seller for a different. He was selling a different property, and I was showing my buyers different properties, and then him and I had a sidebar about the price of it, and I was just asking him, you know, if there was a compromise or because his agent really didn't speak a whole lot of English, so he gave me his number to correspond with him directly. So I gave him some comparable information, and then he was like, "Okay, thank you, I appreciate it." And then he meant to send a text to his agent, but he sent it back to me, and he was like, look at what the bold nigger realtor sent me. And I was like, oh, I said, that's nice.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying? That's nice.
Right. So the same way you just added context to that.
Realize that
was disrespectful as shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
of course it was.
Of course it was.
Punched him square in his chest, bro.
No, but I didn't. But what I'm saying is, Dwight, I knew I would never see him again, and we were not in each other's presence. He would never address me as such in presence.
Of course not.
Crazy. He ain't stupid.
Course not.
No.
He ain't stupid.
But he had to realize that he sent that text to you and not to the person.
He probably did it on purpose.
I don't think so.
Did it on purpose.
No, I don't think so.
He probably did afterwards. He probably realized what he said, and then just that was it.
But have you all ever had that experience where stuff that's always done in the dark just reveals itself? Because if you haven't, I have. I mean, it just always happens to me. I'm either look. One time I was on with a boss. I don't know why she didn't think I was on the phone. She was like, "What is Jessica doing?" I was like, "Ma'am, what you told me to?"
32.
What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm doing what you asked me to do.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
I'm with Tanya on that one. We would have had to fall. We fighting.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would have had to see that dude in the streets. I would have my iPhone found him. And,
you could have just been like,
y'all weren't together.
You're right.
You all weren't together, right? This is just a text
and
message.
You should say his name so that everybody on here know. Don't with him.
We ain't making him famous on our show. We ain't making him famous on our show.
And if his realtor don't speak English, ain't nobody over here messing with them anyway. Because we speak English.
But that's when Miles pulls him to the side and go, mira, cuántos años.
But in all seriousness, though, that's where I really have the problem. Is it's a compound level of racism. So not only is he not using an agent who's bilingual, not only would he not deal with a black agent in real life, hence why you're the bold N-word realtor, right? But the problem is that there's a whole clique that does that. When we think about the realty game in Florida, we think about how Miami Realty goes, and we think about the underpricing of black properties and the overpricing of Latino properties. Like let's be clear, the properties we just talked about in the Heights, because they have a Latinx family in them, the median income goes up 15-20% just by them being in the home versus the black person who built the home in the first place, right?
And built that community.
And so that's what I'm saying is like it's indicative of a larger problem. And for that reason, that brother needed to see God that day. And so, but I get it. I get you're not punching in the face, but for like on some pure reparations nonsense, that brother needed to see that smoke.
I'm gonna go here. This wasn't a part of today's topic, but just keeping the same energy.
She's so silly.
Tomlin saying this. Mike Tomlin has been a head coach for 14 years. Mike Tomlin has not hired a black offensive or a black defensive coordinator. Now, this is what he said. He says, I always do what's in the best for our organization. I believe in hiring from within in most cases. I'm highly sensitive to it, but I don't regret having a black coordinator. Skip, what the hell do you think those other teams are saying? They're hiring the best person for the job. You're doing exactly what you say they should not do. I'm not letting you off the hook with this, Mike Tomlin. You are in a position to hire black people. You have not done that. So I'm not going to let you throw stones at everybody else. You make some very compelling point, but you're the wrong messenger to be delivering this message. Until you hire people of color, I don't care nothing about I hire from within, because I've seen you going outside and hire. If I'm not mistaken, Todd Haley was not within that organization. You hired outside of that. So don't give me that you always hire within.
All facts.
Yes, Tanya, Shannon is.
Hey, Unc has a good point though.
He went on. He did play quote unquote devil's advocate and go to the opposite side and bring up a very important part of the decision-making process. Those black people who have ever been in a position where they can make a decision on who they bring on, you may think to yourself, if I hire them, are they going to ask, am I just hiring them because they're black? We have, as black people, so many different variables that play into what we do, especially when we're not doing it for ourselves, when we're doing it as an employee and having the ability to have to answer to someone else. So just keeping the same energy. I just wanted to play that. And I know what Dwight is going to say. But go ahead and say it, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, so there's multiple sides to that story. If anyone saw the Brian Gumbel HBO sports report on black coaches,
Real Sports,
there was a Real Sports. Yeah. Mike Tomlin had a big segment in there where he acknowledged the fact that he's been a tenured coach now for 14 years and is sick and tired of the conditions that do not allow black, for more black head coaches. But the criticism Shannon offers up is a solid one, because if you are, in fact, the longest tenured black coach in here and and there's no system in which someone's able to point to you and say you helped put them on, it kind of defeats the whole thing, because anyone knows that the black coaching tree that persisted in the NFL was all kind of Art Shell, Dennis Green, like Tony Dungy, like all these people put on other black coaches that found themselves in a position to excel. So Mike Tomlin does have to take some accountability for not moving more coaches through the process, because it was really heartbreaking hearing some of those brothers. Like there was one brother who did 10 years in the NFL, 24 years in the league, had gone to 5 Super Bowls with different teams, and had been interviewed 5 different times for head coaching positions under the Rooney Rule, but never got a chance to play. And he just decided, I'm leaving. And to Latif's credit, he's becoming a black pilot. So way to inspire folks, Latif. But I'm just saying, like the idea that someone puts 34 years into a system that is 70% black and can't seem to get ahead, that's part of a deeper issue. We got the same number of black coaches that in the league as when Mike Tomlin started as a head coach, which is 3.
I think, but just to clarify, Dwight, Shannon's bigger issue was him not necessarily not hiring black coaches, but coordinators. Coordinators, the defensive and offensive coordinators, because typically speaking, when you excel in that position, your next stepping stone is head coach. So He might have hired some position coaches. He might have hired a special teams coordinator, but he never hired black coordinators. And I think, and like you said, I think it's a compelling point.
But the thing is, Keith Butler been there as the defensive coordinator. And the thing is, if you look at the total makeup of the Steelers coaching staff, it's kind of diverse. I mean, I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, when you look at it, yeah, they need another OC. I'm a Steelers fan, so I follow, and Miles, you know me. So it's not like he goes away from it. Yeah, the enemy and the whole Bucks, the whole Buccaneer coaching staff. Watch where they be next year. Yeah, it was a good story. It was a good story, this and that. Yeah, it feels good. But see how many of them turn the head coaches.
But no, that's the whole point. And that was the point of the story was the Super Bowl had 4 black coordinators and none of them got head coaching jobs. And all of them got passed over by people who did not have the same caliber resume that they had.
Not even qualified. Qualified.
Just like Latif said, the enemy is
overqualified.
He's been doing what he do for years.
For a long time.
But I think here's the other thing too that we have to think about. I mean, I think with Tomlin, I think the question that we is more so like, hey, you're in position to do it. You're in position to do it. That's one. 2, you also are work for an organization that put the Rooney Rule in place in the first place, so there would be more diversity in the coaching space. And I think the other part too is that you look at the Eric Bieniemys or the Byron Leftwiches. I mean, the reality is that sure they haven't got head coaching jobs, but shoot, if you're in a great situation, do you really want to take a head coaching job that might be a bad situation and be out of a job a year later? That's something you have to really think about.
I think that's a good point, boy. I think that's a good point.
In the discussion.
I think that's a good point, boy.
That's a whole nother conversation because Eric Bieniemy deserves an opportunity. I mean, if you look at the coaching tree and how it typically works, and then you're looking at the guys that are getting hired, this man's not even getting interviewed. Or like he might get a couple, he might not get. But the reality is that where he's been, they're winning. He's been in the league. And then if you interview, you don't have a real reason why you don't, well, he's not this or that, or he did this in the past, but then you'll come back around and hire some bum that don't nobody know of, who has 0 coaching experience, who might have, passed out water bottles last year.
But
so, I'll give you an example.
He does not look like anybody on this screen.
Like in the words of Dana, he has the what does he say?
Complexion for protection.
The complexion for protection.
And keeping the same energy, Creighton coach finally suspends
Finally,
McDermott. But I understand y'all been going back and forth about this story for a few days now. And that you have completely different polar opinions about whether or not he should have been put on suspension, fired, kept on board. I'm not really sure who I agree with.
For me, I'll carry it over from the last story. If you look at the ranks of NCAA coaches, Division I coaches, you do not you take out the HBCU coaches that are Division I, you basically have little to no black coaches in the major ranks of college basketball, and there's a higher level of scrutiny of those coaches when they do. You take somebody like people who've trained under Krzyzewski who can't seem to see the light. Same thing. It's like this barrier to entry. Then you got to do like McDermott, who has the audacity to use plantation, like in a terminology when you got more than half your players are black. Nah. Adios, my friend.
I think Urban Meyer. So that's how you can get away with stuff. Urban Meyer should have never made it to the NFL.
Oh, that's a whole nother boy. That's deep right there.
And then the dude he was going to hire until public opinion hit. He's like, it's not the best interest. So how can you consider that? So that's where your mindset at. For you to even consider that, and the public have to say, oh, no, don't do it. And be like, oh, it's not in our best interest.
Right. But you knew that.
Don't have me
you knew that when you were even entertaining him.
Exactly.
We covered that story.
It's the same mindset.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And I've obviously respect Miles's opinion, and I actually talked to somebody else and several people about it, and they were like, "It's a bad choice of words," and I'm just like, "Well, the Bible talks about as a man speaketh, so is he."
Accountability,
right?
baby.
Yeah, and it's about being accountable. And then when you take a head coaching job, you have a responsibility to those young men to make sure you coach them up, right? You're trying to show them how to be young men. But then you use plantation in the same, like, hey guys, we just lost, but hey, I can't I can't have you guys leave the plantation. Not all of y'all. Like, when we think of the word plantation, that's just such a negative
right.
word.
It has a negative connotation. It has a negative connotation.
And I can't give a man a pass because he made a mistake. Because the reality is that, guess what?
I would have never said nothing about no plantation.
Well, we would have.
So why is that? Why I would say
island. But you know why? You know why though? You know why?
Yes, because you felt you wanted to give him the pass, Miles. Please explain to us why he should have gotten a pass.
Well, it's not necessarily a pass, Marcus, in the sense that it's not necessarily a pass in the sense where I don't think that he should be disciplined, reprimanded, suspended to a certain extent. My thing was, when we talk about just the level of, I think that in all instances, the punishment has to fit the crime. Now, if we're talking about him saying, if we're talking about somebody saying, you N-words don't leave the plantation. Now we're talking about something totally different. Hold on, Roy, I'm not finished.
But nobody says plantation to anybody. Plantation is just one thing.
When you think of plantation, when I think of a plantation, the first thing that comes to my mind is slavery, right? But as a black man, that's where my mind is going to go. And I'm not giving him no pass to say.
No, wait, finish that statement out. Finish that statement out. As a black man, that's where you go. So where do you think his mind went when he was saying it?
And all your players are
to a bunch of black men.
I don't think. Right. But see, that's
the only way that I don't think that. There's nothing positive about a plantation to anybody for anybody to say it.
Of course not. But April, that's precisely where the disconnect and the unempatheticness is in his statement. The fact that he can't relate. The fact that he can't.
Ain't no disconnect.
No, there is. There's a fundamental disconnect. No. We wouldn't have to continue to have these conversations. There's a fundamental disconnect. There's always going to be a fundamental disconnect.
I'm thinking that.
There's a privilege.
I'm thinking that.
I agree.
Using plantation is something that's used in his world. That word, right? It's not used in our world because it has a negative vibe, right?
Yeah.
So to him, it may not be as negative because they owned it. They was the rulers on the plantation.
He's the owner, and these are the slaves,
the masters, right? So it doesn't. It's not nothing negative to him. So it's not a disconnect. It went right where it was supposed to go. I'm the coach, and y'all need to stay y'all ass right here with me.
Well, here's the other part.
He could have said island, like y'all stay on the island with me, stay in this stadium with me, stay
on the team.
How about right here on this page? Let's all get on the same page. I don't need y'all leaving page. Like,
well, here's the other part that I wanted to back to what Miles said. He talked about how the punishment
exactly
fits the crime. But here's the thing, though. When we talk about punishment, how many times have black folk been put in jail and been punished for something they didn't do? So that's why you can't say the punishment fits the crime. It doesn't work.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Don't let him start talking about it. Don't let him start.
We don't get
analogy ain't gonna never work because we always get opportunity. Always over punishment.
We don't get second chances.
We wouldn't even get the first chance to even coach.
We don't get the first chance.
We wouldn't even get the first chance to even coach the team. And guess what? The assistant coach.
Moreover,
wait a minute.
He said the word concentration camp. He would have been fired off rip. No problems asked.
Roles been reversed. Had that been a black coach, and he would have said, "Oh, you little cracker boys need to stay here." Do you think he would have still been coaching?
No.
Come on. Like, cut the crap. Cut the crap.
But I think
y'all start the hiring process.
Give that black man that $500,000 salary that he's making right now.
Amen.
Well, I think the other thing but I think the other part too is that as black folks, why are we so forgiving for stuff like this? You can't be giving for something that you first of all you wouldn't even get the opportunity for.
Everything.
No, you're not gonna get that opportunity.
So I can't just
one to the next.
Like I said, man, I think it was a poor choice of word. I think there should be some retribution. I just don't know if I stand on the side of where the gentleman where McDermott should be fired. I just don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna go back to what Ebony's root anger is coming from. That's just like with Mike, what's your boy name with the dogs?
Vic,
Michael Vick.
What's your boy name?
I'm gonna need you to know that last name, April. I'm gonna need you to know that.
Just like what happened with Michael Vick, he didn't do it.
He wasn't even there.
But he wore it. He wore
exactly.
It was no crime, but he wore it.
April, to be honest with you about that, April, they were just protesting Mike Vick in Orlando last week for doing an autograph signing,
and the man did time.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And what else do y'all want from him?
Listen, that's crazy. And Ebony is gonna ride out about Ben Roethlisberger or whatever his name is.
Did you hear what? There was a police officer who
in Tampa.
I was getting ready to say a curse word. He choked a dog. Did you see the video footage of this?
Not to mention the ones that leave him in the back.
You remember when Karen was choking the poor dog while she was calling the police on the black man?
Karen choked the dog.
Karen was choking the dog when she was calling the police on the black man.
Did you get the update on Karen?
So I guess
how she got
she did her training.
Oh,
her education.
Her restorative justice training.
Yes, her education.
Right. She got another dog.
And all charges were dropped.
And let me ask you a question. Why don't we
in the state?
That
is like crazy.
So am I the only person? Just out of curiosity. So I'm the only person that's more mad more mad at Michael Vick's homeboys for snitching than the system for getting at him. Am I the only person that takes that stance?
We never said that. But that was his house, though.
That's a given.
That's what they try to pull him in.
I want to make those charges regardless, bro.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm Michael Vick and Olu stand in my house, how much you want to bet Olu take them charges and I'm still playing football and get that night and get that?
But that's not
everybody going down.
That wasn't why they gave him the charges. It was because he denied that he knew anything was going on, but he really did.
No. Let's be clear. They hit him with RICO charges, bro.
Yeah.
They hit Mike Vick with criminal conspiracy charges the same way they do the mafia, which means it wouldn't have mattered who snitched on him.
Right.
His name was on the property, on the deed. Michael Vick was going to take a fall, whether it was going to be a year or 6 months, might have been the shift with his homeboys. You can be mad at him. All I'm saying is it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered.
They did not stand 10 toes down in the paint the way they were supposed to. They didn't stand 10 toes down in the paint.
Call Dwight Bullard. Just call Dwight Bullard. I need you to call him. I need him to be on my legal team.
Miles, let me give you a small
speed dial. You got him on speed dial.
That's all I'm saying. That's who I need on my legal team.
Let me give you a small example, Miles.
I got one word for black people: Algeria. No extradition and more black people.
Hello.
Miles, if we want William and we got you, we gonna threaten your mama, your dad.
I know.
And then we like, okay, you rather all them go to jail than William go. And you be like, okay, well, y'all get William. That's all it is.
All of them go to jail.
No.
William going to jail with his Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, you see him? Hey, You see him though?
Hey, but even the boy, the head coach son that just had this accident and killed these people. Ain't nobody talk about it.
First Black network TV analyst.
Rest in peace, Irv Cross.
Died at 1 years old.
They're like A&T back there.
Is it A&T?
It could be.
It looked like it.
It could be them or it could be Southern. It looked like Southern too.
R.I.P.
Irv was the man, though. Irv was the first and the man.
He says it's delicious.
What we didn't get to talk about tonight was in the spirit of the blackness, why they going and getting Tiger Woods black box out his car? Like, I mean,
black box in the car.
Did you not know?
In certain ones. Yeah.
All vehicles made after 2014 have a black box in your car. And the judge gave the sheriff the ability to go and retrieve the black box from Tiger Woods' crashed vehicle.
Tiger Woods found out here nigga after all, huh?
Look, he put back up. He gonna find out.
Viewership just went down.
He getting blacker and blacker.
Isn't that what we talked about? Did we already tell you that?
But I told you that. I tried to tell y'all.
Right.
They not
My Bernie Sanders voice. Did we tell you that, Tiger?
But that's it though, right? Like Tiger can call himself a cobbler Canadian all he wants to. When the police think you black. Tiger,
change his name from Tiger to Black Panther. He ain't Tiger. That's Black Panther.
Black. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't Tiger.
I'm just saying, Mo.
I know this show is called My 2 Cents, but I really don't like the fact that y'all try to go after Tiger Woods when
thank you.
That man knows that he is black. But guess what? He's not just black.
Thank you.
Here you go with the technicalities.
Neither is Kamala Harris, but she got no problem.
How many
speaking her black truth?
Now look, how about this? People who one parent Bahamian and the other parent black, y'all talking about, oh, I'm Bahamian. I'm Trinidadian.
That's what it's going good.
Because I am.
If you put all of us in a minivan,
and I love boiled fish.
And the police pull us over, we all go.
Not boiled fish.
Pick what happened? I said according to your definition.
I didn't hear.
According to your definition, pick one.
That's not my definition though. That's a misrepresentation.
Right.
That's
no. My thing is you can't. Don't deny your blackness when it's.
Oh, but have you researched his nonprofit and what they are doing for black people?
We're not talking about, but that's not what we're talking about. No, we're not talking about that, Jess. We're talking about identity. We're talking about the identity of it. I'm talking about identity. I'm not talking about philanthropy. Those are two mutually exclusive issues.
No, but I think they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
Those are two mutually exclusive issues.
No, you ass going to jail.
No. There's several white folks and all kinds of folks that have nonprofits that give money to black causes. That doesn't make him black.
The way that he was black, but not the way that you thought that he should.
Right.
And then not only did he
time out. You said that he's using his nonprofit to justify that he's black.
Absolutely, giving all his money to black people, trying to.
Wait, you said that he is using his nonprofit to justify that he black. Is that what you're saying?
No,
April Garrett, please.
I'm asking a question, and don't do me like this because everybody on here thinks that's what you're saying.
Then
everybody thinks that's what you're saying. That's why I'm asking the question to clarify.
No,
do this to somebody else. I asked the question to clarify because that's what everybody thought.
I answered it.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
ratings just shot back up.
You didn't because you did me like that.
I did not. I didn't do this.
Thank you.
Hey, I just like to say
the same girl.
What I
person.
This
We
is
the
not
same.
what I
say
mean.
that.
We the same. You get me like
I
this.
love it
You
here.
get me
That's
like
not
this.
Listen,
We
everybody,
get
everybody.
this.
Tell
We
him,
the
Joel.
same
Will
person.
has to leave soon because
We the same person.
visiting hours are over at 8 o'clock.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying. No,
You
they
can't
do
push
not
people
go
out
hand
and
in
then not
hand. He
adults
just
now.
found out
Listen, all I
the
Will
gotta
got to
say is
deliver Girl
this.
Scout
You think
cookies and
that,
some Mylanta to whoever he
No, he's
going
got
to visit.
right.
First
He's
of
got to
all,
deliver some
first of
fruitcake.
all,
That's what
I'm
he's got
about
to
to go
deliver.
get a
He
sub.
knows
That's the
he's
first
Black
thing.
Latif.
The second part is
He
this.
does. I
do
think
too.
think that
Naomi Osaka would be Japanese until she mess up.
No, she.
No, there's truth to that. There's truth to what he's saying.
there actually is some truth to that.
There's some truth to what he's saying.
If you pull her up, she's
all right. It's about that time.
She won't be Haitian until she mess up.
Look at what Mama Gary said.
She is Haitian.
Y'all need to calm down.
No, we understand that he's talking about as far as the media. The media,
Y'all
until
need
she
to
messes
calm
up, then they'll
down.
call her
the
something
media,
different.
No, they say she's Japanese.
Not Black.
Miss G was talking to her daughters, by the way, just to her daughters.
That's why she got to get on there and speak.
Your mama was speaking to y'all. She told y'all
Miss
to
Gary
calm
was talking
down.
to April and Jessica specifically.
Jessica April told y'all to
Let me
calm
put it back
down.
up. With some claps behind it.
Make sure you give them a call, Miss G, after the broadcast because they out here tripping.
Y'all need to burn some sage or something.
Hey, let's reach out and hold hands. Let's reach out.
I love my sister. I don't have to get
time.
along with none of y'all.
I'm about to go grab a smoothie.
It's just your opinion.
It's because both of y'all know y'all black. That's why they. That's
it. That's it. We are.
Only Black people do the stuff they just did.
Wow.